Hello, in this video I'm gonna do a full walkthrough in the camera app on REALME 14T and do a camera test basically. So let's go to the camera, of course, and as we can notice here there are several modes as on each phone, but I'm gonna talk about them in a moment. Now let's stay in the photo. And what we can see here, the night mode has been automatically enabled because it has dark background right now, but now it's disabled. We can see this right here, which allows you to turn on some standard features like the aspect ratio of a photo, the timer, the auto HDR. HDR is a great feature that makes the colors look a bit better on photos, so the lighter areas won't be too light and the darker ones won't be too dark, but will still stay sort of real. Then interval shooting can be enabled, so if you enable that and press on the photo button, then it will take a certain number of shots in a certain interval. Then also settings, I'm gonna talk about them in a moment. We also get the Google Lens, but that's honestly a separate app. It gets me to the Google app, and that allows you to take a photo of something, then it'll search for it on the internet and find matching images or just information about that photo. Like, for example, if you take a photo of a plant, it'll tell you which plant is it. Then the flashlight, of course, but that's not that unusual. Then the filters, you can also get them. They are pretty great if you want to take a photo of something and just quickly turn on some filter to take that photo with a certain style. You can see how it changes a lot. For example, in the original, the plant looks like this. In the emerald, it looks more greenish, less yellowish. But in this tone of light mode, it appears almost orangish. I think I'm gonna take this photo because it really looks great with that filter. Then, if you're picturing food, you can turn on the food option, so it will look best for food. And Cyberpunk will also have its own features, right? Then the retouch is mainly for face, so if you picture your face, then you can turn on the retouch and you can set it to natural, as you can see here, default, or manually adjust some things like the skin texture. So if you set it to a higher value, your skin will be smoothened. The cheeks, so you can make your cheeks smaller. And the eye size, nose, and so on. I don't know what the 3D does. Yeah, I think I look quite weird with it, but I don't like the big eyes. Yeah, this is how it all works, or you can set it to natural, so it just appears natural. Then you also get a few more modes. Here, like the 2x camera, and it just switches to the other lens because you can see there are two lenses. The one is that normal telephoto, normal wide camera, then the telephoto camera, which just is an ×2 optical zoom. In portrait, you can change one important setting, which is the depth of field. So if you take a portrait of someone, the background will be blurred depending on how strong or how weak the depth of field is. And we don't really have any unexpected settings here, so we can get to... I'm gonna get to more in a moment, but also in video, we can see here is the quality and the frame rate. Then this gets straight to the settings, so let's just forget about that. Then the street, I don't really get what street means, but I guess it's great for some street photos. Yeah, it doesn't really explain a lot, but you can check it out on your own. Okay, it lets us set a manual focus. That's pretty great. This is in autofocus now, and if you set it to manual focus, you can set manually what distance of the focus will be set. So yeah, I think it is pretty great for the street photos or anything else that you want to picture. Then the night is just night photo. If you want to take a night photo, make sure to hold your phone still, because it will take longer to take that photo, so the light goes into your camera. There's enough light to go into your camera that it takes a bright enough picture. Now let's go to the more, and here we can see the Pro mode. The Pro mode allows you to change these settings manually. You can also change the format to JPEG or RAW. RAW has more metadata and more information in that photo, so if you later on edit it with Lightroom, or just move it to your computer and edit it with Lightroom for computers or any other program that allows you to change the colors of the image, that then the RAW will have more data to work on. So you can achieve better effects with that, but RAW also takes more storage, so that's important to have it in mind. ISO can be changed. This is basically the ISO is the sensitivity of the matrix. So if you set it to a lower value, the picture will appear less grainy, but will be darker. But it also the brightness also depends on the shutter. So both the ISO and the shutter are important to take the image. Shutter, the higher value you set, the longer it'll take to take the picture, and also if you move during that picture, then it's gonna be blurred. So if you want that picture, if you're capturing something that's moving, some moving parts, some moving people, it's better to set it to a lower value, so they don't appear blurred. Or if you like the blurred effect, then you can set it to a higher value. But if you want to appear the image to appear brighter, then set it to a higher value. Just work it with the ISO, so it all works great. If you can hold your phone still, then it's better to have higher shutter, lower ISO. It's just that the ISO makes the image grainy. So if the ISO is higher, then the image will be grainy, and you probably don't want that. But if the shutter or the ISO is set to auto, then you can change the exposition here, and the exposition will make the shutter automatically adjust, but based on your exposition preference. I'm gonna leave it on 0. Then you can also set the manual focus. I've mentioned it already, so I don't need to. You can see that I'm focusing on that element or defocusing, depending on what I set. But it doesn't say it in meters like it's set in the street photo. It says it in a certain value. Then the white balance is just white balance, so it will make the picture colder or warmer, but I don't think it does anything right now, because like the thing I'm picturing is all white. But if you were outside, then you would probably set it to a higher value, and if you are inside any room, then you would probably set it to the higher value is making the image more warm. So yeah, if you're outside. and if you're inside, then probably a lower value. Now we can also go to other modes, like the panel. So it allows you to enable the panel, then move your phone around to right or to left, and it'll take the wider photo by taking multiple ones, then combining them. High res just allows you to take a high resolution photo, but this one really requires you to have a well-lit area that you're picturing, because you can't really use the night mode in the high-res mode, and also it takes more storage on your phone, so only take it if you really need it in that high-res mode. And then you can also see the movie. The movie mode is just the pro mode, but for videos. And I think it works great as well. Then we can also see the slow-mo, so it will record at a higher frame rate. Then after that, slow it down, so it will be just a slow-mo. The time-lapse does the opposite thing, records at a lower frame rate, then speeds the video up. Dual view video allows you to have both front and back cameras enabled. You can change the layout here to bubble, rectangle, or split. I'm gonna close out of that, and you can also see the dual view. That's what I've shown you. The text scanner. So what text scanner does is it just scans the text that you have on your photo. It's great. And then the tilt shift. So if you're, I'm gonna try to see how it works, because I don't really know that feature too well. So I don't really understand that feature, but I'm sure it does something. And now let's see the photo that I've taken with the filter, because I really like it. This is how it was taken. So if you mess around with your camera settings and try playing with it, then you'll surely get some interesting and unusual results. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.